Thanks for joining us for another banger. It is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. It is the fantasy basketball playoffs. They're hot like fire right now. We got the semifinals. We got the finals. I don't know what round you're in right now, but you're in a big one. The money's on the line. Your season's on the line. Your fantasy life is on the line. Okay, so we're going to take you through Thursday night. We're going to talk about streamers. We're going to talk about situations to watch. We've got the ATS. We got the props for you. We got it all for you here with your boys, Cam and Doc. And we want to tell you about Bet Online. Guys, you should be just busy with Bet Online right now. Download the app, fund it with some money. Bam, you got the NCAA tournament. Bam, you got the NBA. Bam, you got this, you got that. You got a hockey vibe. I don't know. You got a hockey vibe out there? Put some cash on it. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for betting on all the madness. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds and everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest. BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. You're dang right. From every Cinderella story to every hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with stats, odds, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here. Doc, take me in to some of your streamers here. Let me give you the games. We got San Antonio at Cleveland, Dallas at Orlando, Indiana at Washington, Atlanta at Miami, the Lakers at the Bulls, Grizzlies at Thunder, ooh la la. You have Houston at Utah, Portland at Sac. Let's get to work, bro.
Well, I assume that in Dallas, Dinwiddie and Najee Marshall are no longer available. If they are, it's criminal. Najee had 38 in his last game. Dinwiddie's been balling. So those two guys should be rostered everywhere, I think. If not, get them and stream them tonight. Kai Jones had 9 and 8 in his last game. He's been playing well. And I like Kai Jones. All the Dallas centers are injured. He's kind of a big guy, and he had a steal and a block in his last game. I think Kai Jones is a great streamer. Max Christie was terrible in his last game. I think you can stream Max Christie, but just be careful with him. Jaden Hardy kind of went off in his last game. He had 15 points. Brandon Williams only has 2 games left with Dallas. Last I saw, he was questionable for tonight with that hamstring. If Brandon Williams plays, I would not mess with Christie or Hardy. If Brandon Williams does not play, I think both of them become better plays. So that's my Dallas take. Do you have any Dallas guys, Rick?
I have Jaden Hardy written down, Doc. I think you made a great point about him heading into the last game. I had a streamer option that night in Cam Dynasty between Jaden Hardy and Tim Hardaway Jr. But I had I'm moving and I've got my life is pretty chaotic right now. So I've got to really be efficient with and I do set alarms and do that stuff that we talk about. But I just was at a point that day, Doc, where I had to make the decision. And I couldn't wait on the guys that were in and out on Dallas. Otherwise, I would have gone with Jaden Hardy. So I wish I would have waited because Hardy was a really good call that night. Had a good game. I forget what game that was, but it was the game where they rested some guys. So if Brandon Williams is out and they do some weird stuff and PJ Washington's ruled out, I don't think he will be. It's Dallas at Orlando. Should be a pretty good game. But Hardy is a guy that, depending on who's in and out, he's a pivot guy, okay? When Dallas has the rest situation, fire up Jaden Hardy because that dude, I'm telling you, he is aggressive. He's a dog. He's going to go out there and hunt 20 points for you, man. I promise. Doc, with Evan Mobley out tonight, I think DeAndre Hunter and Max Strus are going to be really good streamers. Ty Jerome is questionable for this game. Donovan Mitchell's in. I have not seen anything that Garland's not going to play. So I assume Allen, Garland, and Mitchell will be in. But if PJ Washington's out, I kept seeing conflicting stuff on that. So PJ is out. But
fire up Kai Jones.
Fire up Kai Jones for sure. But PJ being out doesn't take me to Jaden Hardy. Brandon Williams being out takes me to Jaden Hardy. Okay. So depending on what they do with B. Will in this game. But do you agree that with Jerome questionable, Mitchell in, Garland in, Allen in, Mobley out, that Hunter and Strus are good streamers tonight?
Yeah, it makes Ty Jerome very shaky if both Donovan and Darius are playing. So I do like that. And DeAndre Hunter's a big dude. Struce 3-point specialist. But who's the other? What big men are on that roster? Like
On who,
I
Dallas?
haven't looked at not Cleveland.
Dean Wade, Tristan Thompson,
Like could this
nobody.
be a Dean Wade game?
I feel better about it being a DeAndre Hunter game. Because
Okay.
DeAndre Hunter usually enters the starting five for Mobley when Mobley's out. So I think Hunter's going to start at the power forward spot tonight and have a good game.
All right. I can get behind that.
Doc, we got to watch Vucevic. Pardon me, not Vucevic. That's the Chicago Bull. Vucevic, okay? Our new homie, our new friend with the Washington Wizards. Doc, the last time he had it back-to-back, remember that was the Saturday game where he played like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It really hiccuped a lot of us on rostering him. So, Doc, we are now in the second of a back-to-back for Washington. Are they going to play Vucevic? Or are they going to rest a 15-year-old child who needs to be playing, okay? If Vucevic is not ruled out, I love him tonight. But here's the problem, Doc. Vucevic was not ruled out for that Saturday game. And so I'm anticipating 20 minutes and goodies, right? And you get 4 minutes. It was like, what the F? So where are you at with Vucevic, dude? Are you like, yes, moving forward? Or did that Saturday weird game poison you for tonight with Vucevic in the second of a back-to-back?
I mean, he's in my lineup in that matchup against Malcolmus, and I need Vooks to play and go off again. So I'm hoping that it happens. Somehow I did not have him written down on my list. I have a long list, and somehow he slipped through the cracks. But
again, we're a team, bro.
Yeah, I love Vucevic, and I don't know what Washington's going to do. I don't think Washington knows what they're going to do. Like they just wing it.
They really do. They make ish up on the fly. Bub Carrington, he didn't play well last night, but with all the guys out, and I don't know if Middleton or Smart are going to play here tonight. If Middleton and Smart come back and play their buzzkillish 20 minutes, then Bub's not a guy. But if Middleton and Smart don't play, then Bub's a guy. So you're going to have to look alive on that. Good luck. Doc, Kevin Huerter. Kevin freaking Huerter. Dude, he's balling. Tonight for the Bulls, you have Giddey questionable, Vooch questionable, Lonzo questionable. I think y'all should fire up some Kevin Huerter. Doc, over the last week in Basketball Monster rankings, Kevin Huerter is at, let me get this for you. Kevin Huerter, I believe, is a top 30 guy over the last, he's a 27th over the last week, 16, 3 and 5, 2.3 steals, 0.7 blocks, 2 threes per game, shooting 51%, and has not missed a free throw. Kevin Huerter, baby, fire him up.
The one day that I decided to jump on the Kevin Huerter bandwagon was this past Monday. I was like 2.5 threes. That's all he does is shoot threes. What could go wrong? And that was the game that Kevin Huerter shot 4 of 11 and 1 of 7 from downtown for 9 points. Like, it's his only bad game in the last 30 days. So I'm with you. He's been playing really well. I'm not going to bet on Kevin Huerter tonight, so you should be safe from me ruining Kevin Huerter again like I did last Monday.
Okay, that's hilarious. Doc, a couple of Memphis Grizzlies should be streamed tonight. Santi Aldama and Scottie Pippen Jr., because, of course, Ja Morant hates the game of basketball. He hates the color orange. He loves the color green. Ja Morant, Doc, is out. Jaren Jackson Jr. is in. Elsewhere in that one, Aaron Wiggins is out. J-Dub questionable. Cason Wallace questionable for that Memphis OKC game. But I think Aldama and Pippen are awesome streamers. As a matter of fact, Doc, as I look at my list here, I would say number 1 streamer tonight is Kevin Huerter. Number 2 streamer tonight is Scottie Pippen Jr. And if you need assists, then it becomes Pippen. And if you need more of like 3-ball action, then it becomes more of like a Herter. It's really kind of a tie for me. It's just what stats you need. But Herter and Pippen to me are the best streamers of all tonight.
Well, especially how well Scottie Pippen played in his last game when Ja was out. Like, he killed it. That was the night Kevin Porter Jr. and him and Ty Jerome all went nuts, and Cam Payne didn't do anything. That was heartbreaking for me. But yeah, I think Pippen is the play of the night probably at this point. Do we have information on LeBron and Luka for tonight? Are they both in? Are they both questionable? Do we know?
As Andre will get us that in a second. As I sit here right now, I am anticipating both of them to play tonight. Here's the thing with Bron, dude, and another thing to love about LeBron James. LeBron literally feels an obligation to play in these road games in the East, where the folks in Indiana, only time they get to see Bron. The folks in Chicago, only time they get to see Bron. Because Bron knows that he's probably got 1 year left, right? Which means 2 more visits to Chicago as a player. So he wants to savor these moments. So even if they rule out Luka, and that would not surprise me because of the way they kid glove and wussify that whole situation, but I think Bron's going to play tonight. Nothing official on LeBron or Luka, according to Andre. So this is just my speculation. I'm fully anticipating LeBron to play.
If they do play, I still think you can stream Rui Hachimura, who came back from an injury, got off to a really slow start, did not look very good. He looked better last night. Like, he played a reasonably decent game. And you remember when Anthony Davis went down, Rui was kind of going off. Like, Rui has shown this season he can play. If LeBron or Luka are out, I think you go all in on Rui and you stream him and you see what happens. So either way, I like him. I like him more. If LeBron somehow doesn't play in this game, you go all in on Rui, I think. Khalil Ware has been good for the Heat again. I think you roll him out there tonight. I am rolling Julian Champagnie out there, but I don't have a choice. I'd also roll Justin Champagnie out there if you can do it. And then my last 3 are Filipowski and Donovan Clingan. Can Clingan do it again, Rick? Or are we saying take the under? There's no way this dude has 2 great games in a row. And then my last one is Keon Ellis. Malik Monk is coming back. Keon Ellis is I'm very hesitant to stream him tonight, but he's been playing so well that if I'm in a pinch and I have to, I could.
So Monk is questionable. He's missed 3 straight games with an illness. Like, so I just leave it at that. Like, I don't want to bang on the dude and have it come out that God forbid something's going on. But he's missed 3 games in a row, which is very, very weird for an illness, is what the team is calling it. Aaron Nesmith's a fantastic streamer for you tonight. I don't look at him as a roster guy because he's so light in the boards and the assists, and the defensive goodies are good, not great. Really kind of a point and 3-ball guy. To me, perfect streamer on a night like this. And I love him in reality. In fantasy, I'm just kind of like there with him. To me, if J-Dub and Cason Wallace are ruled out, with Aaron Wiggins already being ruled out, Alex Caruso and Isaiah Joe would spike to major streamerville. But they do need J-Dub and Cason Wallace to be ruled out, so monitor that situation. Tumani Kamara, Doc, is questionable. So let's downshift here into our players and situations to watch. And I'll hit you with just one and then let you go here. Tumani Kamara is questionable tonight. And I don't know, I presume he'll play. He's not usually on the injury report, though, Doc. So the fact that he is tells me he might not play. That would lead me to Shaedon Sharpe, who is still on waivers in a lot of leagues, Doc. Look up his roster percentage. I bet it's in the 50s, 60s max. And Scoot Henderson, because Jeremy Grant is doubtful, and if Tumani Kamara is also ruled out for this game, then Scoot Henderson is going to rise in this rotation, in my opinion, or at least get more usage rate and more shots with the same minutes that he's been getting. So we got to look at Tumani Kamara and see if he plays tonight. That's a big deal for me.
The hamster is on the wheel. I'm trying to find out Shaden Sharp's rostership. Here we go. It's coming. Is it though?
So much quicker on your phone, bro. Why don't you just use your phone?
Because I'm not
53,
dude. I can't do all that.
53. Shaden Sharp is at 53%. Okay, go get him. He's been shredding. Okay, and you know one of the reasons that roster percentage isn't moving a lot right now, Doc, is there's in a lot of leagues only 2 teams left, and in a lot of leagues only 4 teams left. So there's not the full mosh pit of waiver wire stuff. There's just a few of us out there. We're still playing, still fishing.
By the way, how annoying is it when you're in a league and you're in the final 4 or the final 2, and some dude in the consolation bracket picks up the guy that you wanted?
You got to get there first. I am a guy that does that. So I'm on the other side of that. And you say, why are you making pickups in the 5th place game or in the whatever game? Because I don't want to take an L and impact my rating. You know that I'm obsessed with my Yahoo rating. So I'm always trying to win. And like, if I can't win first place, then I'm going for the 3rd place trophy because they have stats on that. Trophies won. They have championships won. I'm all about the back of the baseball, football, basketball, and hockey card when it comes to Yahoo, man. And my stats are phenomenal. So that's why I go for it in every game.
Well, you are obviously feel different about it than I do. Once I'm out of the championship bracket and I'm playing for 5th place, I'm out. I ain't setting that lineup. I'm not doing anything.
Not me, brother. As long as I got a game to play, I'm playing it, and I'm here for domination.
I have never looked at my Yahoo ranking. I have no idea. I have no clue about it.
I would love to know your Yahoo rating.
I would not like to know it. Now, knowing what I know right now, I would rather not look at it.
What did you can't be out here falling asleep and taking L's, man. Your ratings will plummet. Dude, I was close to 1,000 rated in hockey going into last year. And I had a miserable year. I just sucked. Okay. My rating plummeted into the 800s. I've got it back into the 900s this year because I had a banner year with a couple of hockey teams. So I'm obsessed with my Yahoo ratings. A lot of people, a lot of y'all know that by now. Guys, have you downloaded the Sports Ethos app yet? Please do. We're making big investments into what we call the next generation of Sports Ethos. The last 12 months have been a game changer for us here. We're working behind the scenes to give you the best fantasy product ever. We're doing that right now. And we want you to download our app. Stay on top of all the latest news for the NBA, the NFL, and MLB. Take advantage of our fantasy basketball tools. Our app is your ultimate edge. Do not miss out. Doc, give me some other players or situations you're watching here as we approach Thursday night.
Okay. All right. I want to see if Anthony Black can keep it going. And do we know if Cole Anthony is out?
He is doubtful. So it's another Anthony Black game, baby.
Anthony Black all day. Stream him, run with him, do it. Chris Paul is on my fallers list, which we haven't gotten to yet. But I'm just going to bust it out right now. He's been awful in his last 2 games. His minutes have been down in his last 2 games. I'm afraid that he's like, hey, coach, I still want to play, but I don't need to play 30 minutes. Just throw me out there for 15 or 20 and let me chill. And I'm not mad at Chris Paul for doing that. This team's not playing for anything. I don't know if he's doing that or not, but wouldn't surprise me, man. He's got a lot of mileage on those legs. So I'm concerned about Chris Paul. I kind of want to see if he bounces back tonight and has a big game, or if one game at 20 minutes, no production is a blip. 2 games, it's an item you want to watch. 3 games, it's a trend. So if he does the same thing he's done the last 2, I'm out on Chris Paul. I had Ty Jerome written down. I want to see what he does with both Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland playing. I'm afraid it's not going to be a lot, but I do like Ty Jerome. I want to roster him. I want to believe in him. So I think tonight will be a good test if he plays, whether or not you can rely on him. And then I want to watch the Champagne brothers, Julian and Justin. Justin's on fire. Julian is playing reasonable minutes for San Antonio. He hasn't really popped, but he's got pop potential. So I want to see what the Champagne Bros do tonight.
Me too, Doc. The Champagne Bros. That's hilarious. So some more players and situations for me to watch here tonight. Amen Thompson is questionable heading into the Utah home game against the Rockets. You also have Markkanen out, Clarkson out of that game. They don't even put injury updates on John Collins anymore. It's like, you don't need that, right? He's out. He's out. So I don't know if Amen Thompson's going to play tonight, but there's ripple effects all over the place. There's ripple effects to Fred VanVleet. There's ripple effects to Dylan Brooks, ripple effects to Jabari Smith, who's coming off their bench when Amen is in there. So exactly, Tari Eason, there's a bunch of ripple effects. So if Amen is ruled out, all of those guys get a major boost. If Amen is ruled in, obviously you're rolling out Freddie V, but you may be less inclined to roll out a Jabari Smith or, I don't know, Tari Eason pretty much kills it. It doesn't even matter the minutes they give him. So I'm not going to tell you to bench Tari Eason here. And then we also, I don't know. But we're the Fantasy NBA today. Rick Kamla and Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. The J-Dub thing, we may get a J-Dub return tonight, Doc. It's at home. It's against Memphis. Star players like to return at home and get flowers and set themselves up with a more comfortable return as opposed to doing it on the road. So that those planets may align. The fact that Aaron Wiggins is already ruled out, maybe they're just saying, all right, J-Dub's coming back. Let's rest Wiggins tonight. He's been balling and really grinding for us. So I'm watching that. 3 key Bulls are questionable, Doc. Josh Giddey, Nikola Vucevic, and Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is critical to Kevin Huerter. If Lonzo Ball and Giddey and Kobe White play, Kevin Huerter gets minimized, all right? And that's been the thing with Lonzo Ball and Kevin Huerter. Lonzo Ball went away. Kevin Huerter took off. There's no coincidence. That's why he has taken off. If there's no Vooch, now you're looking back at a Zach Collins game, Doc. Zach Collins absolutely killed it when Vucevic was out a couple of weeks ago. I mean, Zach Collins was one of the best bigs in fantasy basketball. So I'm watching that Chicago thing, dude. And it should be a fun game. It's Lakers at Bulls. It's 2, big time championship winners in NBA history. I'm kind of jazzed about that game tonight, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I also realized I have several other things written down for my situations to watch. Luka and LeBron in a back-to-back. Are they going to play it? We covered that already. I'm with you. I think Luka and LeBron both feel pressure to play on these East Coast games where they know tons
Luka
of people
feel that. No. Luka doesn't feel that pressure, bro. He's cool chilling. He's cool taking a rest game.
No.
I will die on that hill, bro. I will die on that hill.
No.
You're going some Stephen A. Smith stuff on Braun now, man.
When Lucas sits out, it's because he's recovering from an injury, and they got to be careful with him because he's a little out of shape, little whatever.
Because he drinks too much beer, bro. Put the beer down.
Just
season's
chill
going
out.
on.
He does. I drink too much beer as well. Anyway,
you don't take games off. You're always here.
Isaiah Collier, I want to see if he can do it again for the Jazz. He played really well in his last game. He's sort of up and down. He's sort of hit and miss. So I want to watch Isaiah Collier and see what he does. And I mentioned it earlier, I want to see if Keon Ellis can do it again with Monk back. And then Anthony Davis. Is Anthony Davis going to join us this evening?
He should. I haven't seen. He's questionable. Okay?
What's he going to do?
PJ Washington is out. So, but come on, man. You don't come back and then, okay, back-to-back thing we understand. And then, like, miss that next game. Now you're pump faking us. Now you look like you're fools. Not Anthony Davis, but the people making the decision to keep him in or out or whatever. Because Davis, I know Davis wants to play, dude. Davis is a baller, man. He's put that street clothes thing to bed. He put that to bed, bro. For me, probably not for you.
No. I got Luka, you got AD. We'll leave it at that.
But you know that I've been right about Anthony Davis heading into the last 2 regular seasons. And I know, look, I didn't anticipate Nico Harrison pulling the trigger on the worst trade in NBA history and the curse of the Luke Bino sending a lightning bolt out on Anthony Davis. That ain't my fault. I didn't do it, okay? That is not my fault. I was right about Anthony Davis. Nico Harrison brought this storm on Anthony Davis. That's not your boy. That's Nico.
The worst trade in NBA history. Wow.
Is it, you know, another horrible trade, Doc? I won't take too long on this.
Quentin Grimes.
That was a bad one. I mean, there's been a lot of them. But when the Bucks traded Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Los Angeles Lakers in the mid-1970s. Now, the Bucks did not have a choice. Kareem wanted to move to a place that was more culturally suiting to him, okay? He was up in Milwaukee, wasn't vibing on it, right? So he wanted out, but players couldn't just, like, play the tough guy card on their teams back then. And so Kareem, like, said to the team, yo, I'm not happy here. He played one more year with Milwaukee in that status, not really wanting to be there. Boom, then they trade him. And the guys they got back for Kareem, you look at it, it's not even close. So Milwaukee was put in a situation where they had to move him. They moved him, and obviously the Lakers won 5 championships with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That trade did not work out for the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Hawks trading Bill Russell didn't work out very well for them either.
Good point, dude. Or Dominique Wilkins. That's another one of the worst trades in NBA history. And Atlanta fans, 40 years later, are still pissed off about trading Dominique Wilkins. 40 years later. What are Atlanta fans more pissed about? The Michael Vick stuff or the Dominique Wilkins trade?
Oh, Michael Vick. For sure. I never hear anything about the Dominique trade. Like, he was towards the end of his career. But it would have been nice if he would have been a Hawk for life, like Reggie Miller and the Pacers. But
that's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
It sucks.
All right, let's get into some risers, Doc. I'll fall into my list here. Can't stop talking about Kobe White. Doc, Kobe White is 3rd in Basketball Monster value over the last week. 3rd, okay? 36, 2 and 4, 1.3 steals, 4.3 threes. He's shooting 58% from the field, dude, with all of that scoring. I mean, the volume has gone up and his efficiency has gone up. That never happens, okay? Usually volume goes up, efficiency comes down. Devin Vassell, Doc, rising, okay? He's 12th over the last week in Basketball Monster, 24, 6 and 4 PRA, 1.7 steals, 4.3 threes. Absolutely killing it. And tonight at Cleveland, I mean, they're a really good defensive team, but I mean, why not? He's rolling against everybody right now. And then I know that Vucevic is questionable, Doc, and so we'll see about his status. But overall, Vooch is back to near first-round value. In Basketball Monster over the last week, he is 14th, okay? 16, 11, and 5, 1.3 steals, 2.3 threes, and very good efficiency for Nikola Vucevic. So, again, you got to look alive. He's listed as questionable here tonight. I believe he's going to play, but that's just a morning belief. And the afternoon and the evening sometimes bring some different news. So who are your risers heading into Thursday night, Doc?
I've got your guy Paolo Banchero. Just feels like he's unstoppable right now. Like, Banchero's just killing people. He's 11th over the last 2 weeks in 9 cat. Like, he's just killing. I feel like Andrew Wiggins is also on fire. Third round value over the last couple weeks. Kind of chilled out against Golden State in that Jimmy Butler Bowl we saw on Tuesday night. But Wiggins has been killing it. I think he bounces back tonight. Tyrese Halliburton, man. Talk about a guy that's either on or off. He's either the best player in the league, the best point guard in the league, or he sucks. Like there's no middle ground with him. I don't understand it, but he's on fire again, and he has that look where he's just like, you can just tell he's into the game and he wants to beat people and he wants to make great passes and play great. Alex Starr rolling for Washington. I hope they let him keep doing it. Freddie VanVleet has been hot for Houston. And then Isaiah Collier, it's only one game, but I feel like Collier might be ready to finish up strong for the Jazz.
All right, some of my fallers here in just a moment, folks. It is the Fantasy NBA today. It is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. If you would like to support us, people, the best way is to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. And if you're feeling extra generous, please drop a written review. It helps us grow and reach more people. If you want to hang out with us, please subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel. Follow Ethos Fantasy NBA on X and Blue Sky. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up on the video. And if you have questions, ask them in the YouTube live chat. And if you're listening on the podcast feed, join us on Discord. We've got you covered. And a lot of times we go backstage after our shows to answer questions for you guys. Andre Lemouche is telling me the Jazz said John Collins will be reevaluated tomorrow. That was 2 weeks ago. And so we already know he ain't playing again this year.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Fallers. Doc, the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. All these rest games and Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley's not playing tonight. And I presume Jared Allen and Darius Garland will pick up a DNP over the weekend. So that sucks. And I love all four of these guys, right? I'm in a weird way with Donovan Mitchell right now, but overall I love him. But he's one of the worst fantasy players around right now. I know that's weird to say about Donovan Mitchell, but it's true. Missing games, can't make a shot. The stats are way down. It's like, what the hell, dude? It'd be nice to get a pop game from Donovan Mitchell tonight. It's San Antonio. You're at home. You should bludgeon them by 20. Okay. Go put up a 30 burger, dude. Do it. But Evan Mobley not playing tonight's a buzzkill. So I've got him on the fallers list. Jabari Smith has been awful, Doc. Over the last week, 175th in Basketball Monster, 12-5-0 PRA, no blocks, 0.7 steals, 2.3 threes. The 2.3 threes is not rescuing that ass-rotten line, okay? And then DeMar DeRozan. Over the last week, DeMar DeRozan has been he has been 153rd in Basketball Monster value, 18-3-6 PRA, 1.3 steals, 0.8 threes, and he's shooting 38% from the field. So DeMar DeRozan, when and I have a feeling, Doc, it's Monk not being in there, Sabonis not being in there, making life easier for DeMar DeRozan. He's really got to do a lot of heavy lifting, work on shots for himself, as opposed to having those two great ball distributors, hook him up. So with Sabonis back, and hopefully Monk can come back tonight, hopefully DeMar DeRozan can get back to being super efficient. But as we sit right now over the last week, DeMar DeRozan has counting numbers wise been okay, but this isn't what you signed up for with DeMar DeRozan.
No, and the whole Malik Monk coming back thing is going to be interesting for that whole team, because I think it makes life easier for DeMar DeRozan. It probably makes things a little tougher on Zach LaVine. It certainly messes up the Keon Ellis train that's been rolling. So Keon Ellis, as soon as Monk is back, Keon Ellis is probably going to dry back up into a raisin.
Agreed.
So, it's interesting to see what happens there. And then Jabari Smith, there are just too many guys on Houston. I was on the radio, ESPN Northwest Florida on Tuesday, and the guy was talking to me. He's like, how is Houston the number 2 seed? They just don't feel real In the West, I don't think anybody's scared of them. And I said, dude, they're where Oklahoma City was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Like they are coming. They got all these young guns. They got Freddie VanVleet. I just think they don't have room to let Jabari Smith do his thing. And it's sort of like Keegan Murray in Sacramento. But Murray's making it work. Whereas Jabari Smith, he's got to deal with all these other guys. Dylan Brooks, Alpi Şengün, Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Tari Eason. That's just a lot of guys to have to deal with that are all offensive players. So I get it. He's in a tough spot. My fallers are Chris Paul. We already covered that. Rashawn Holmes. I've seen enough. Put him away. Let Alex Sarr play, please. Lauri Markkanen. Hello, where are you? Are we going to see Lauri Markkanen again this year? I have no idea. Nor do I care. But you can never rely on Lauri Markkanen in the last month of an NBA season. And then, as I said, Keon Ellis. Maybe bye-bye if Monk is back tonight.
Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. No, that's not a beer. That's water. It's a beer. It's a pint cup, but it's water. Water is some people say down here in the South. You ever heard of water? That always kind of trips me out, man. All right, Doc, let's get into the betting portion of our show here. And let's go ATS. I'm going to hit you with one, and I'm going to see if you piggyback this. And then I'll let you go and get into your list. And I know you've been big on Oklahoma City against the spread, Doc, okay? And a lot of times you talk me into it because the numbers are big, and I'm like, Doc's right. OKC's going to house this team by 30. So tonight, Doc, we have J-Dub questionable, Casey Wallace questionable, Aaron Wiggins out. We have OKC at home against Memphis, and OKC's laying 9.5. Okay, no Ja Morant for Memphis. And Memphis, to me, is a good team. Oklahoma City is one of the most dominant teams we've ever seen in NBA history in the regular season. And it would not surprise me if OKC won this game by 25. Okay, so I like OKC minus 9.5. Are you on that one as well?
I've got it written down, man. But, I wrote these down last night. And then this morning when I was laying in bed and thinking about the show, I looked at today's slate. And I was like, I don't really love any of these. Like, I didn't see anywhere. I was just like, oh, yes, that's the one.
I agree. I agree with that.
I wrote down 5, but I'm not like betting 5 games tonight. I don't feel that good about any of these. But the fact that Oklahoma City's at home, the fact there's no Ja Morant, the fact that they're Oklahoma City and they just wax people. They just do. I like that. Especially the line I saw was 10.5. If it's only 9.5,
maybe let me keep talking. I'll get the updated line because that was the line as of last night. Maybe the line has gone up to 10.5.
If it's 9.5, I like it even better. The other one I think I like.
It's 10 right so now. 10. It's right 10. Middle. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that. Like, there's a decent chance that'll hit. I've got the Kings minus 5.5 written down against Portland, but I don't love that. I don't feel great about it. I've got the Lakers minus 3.5 at Chicago. I don't love that. They're coming off a back-to-back. Super tough win at Indy last night. They should win this game, but the Lakers had lost 3 or 4 in a row before that win, and they barely got the win last night. So I'm not messing with that one. The Cavaliers at home against San Antonio. That should be a blowout, man. Even without Evan Mobley. It should be a blowout. But I don't love that because I don't think the Cavs are as good as OKC. Like, they can't just flip a switch and blow somebody out by 20 points. So I'm going to I like the OKC, and then I like Orlando minus 6.5 at home against Dallas. Like, Orlando's not good, but neither is Dallas. And I think Orlando's going to win that game by 10.
Orlando's won 3 in a row. They're like 5.5 or 6.5 point favorite for this game. No PJ Washington, but Anthony Davis probably should play. I don't know. I'm out on that. I'm out on that particular game. A couple of things, Doc. Luka Doncic probably is not playing tonight, okay, for the Los Angeles Lakers. Doc, since he's been with the Lakers, he's played one back-to-back set, okay? It was March 16th and March 17th. On March 16th against Phoenix, he was a badass, 33, 11, and 8. The next night, Doc, in a home game against San Antonio, he shot 5 of 20, okay? And he was awful. So he had a good counting numbers game, but he was 5 of 20, okay? So that's the only second of a back-to-back he has in a Laker uniform. Do you think the Lakers are feeling good about playing him in the second of a back-to-back, with that being the only performance in the second of a back-to-back? And they completely wussify and coddle him and put him in bubble wrap and all this crap, right? So I am anticipating a DMP from Luka Doncic tonight, Doc. So, there you go with the Lakers in Chicago. I'm just out. All the guys questionable for Chicago. It's too hard to gauge right now. You brought up Sacramento minus 5.5 at home against Portland. I saw that and I was like, nah. Sac's lost 4 games in a row, dude. Sac is not in a good way. And they might get Malik Monk back tonight. Maybe they blow doors, okay? But I'm just out. I don't trust Sac right now. They gotta put some stuff in the box score here and get some wins and get me back. I'm kind of not feeling them. I had Indiana written down, Doc, but I don't feel great about it. They're minus 12 at Washington. They're in the second of a back-to-back. Washington's in the second of a back-to-back. I don't know. Indiana's probably going to go win that game by 20, but I just don't have the guts for it. So I'm on one. I'm on OKC minus 10 against Memphis. Dr. A props, you ready to fire them up? Who you got in the prop game tonight on Thursday night, dude?
Well, I forgot that I meant to sit down before we started and figure out what the up-to-date actual prop line is, but I did not do it. And of course, some guys still don't even have props out because it's not even noon yet. I've got Andrew Wiggins over 20.5 points. I feel like even when he's not playing well and sleepwalking right now, he can score 20. And he's coming off a mediocre game, so I think he gets hot again. I like Andrew Wiggins over 20.5. I don't know what Ty Jerome's over under is. It's probably going to be around 14 points. With Mitchell and Garland both playing, I would go under on Ty Jerome. And with Luka questionable and the way LeBron blanked the bed last night as far as his shooting and his offense go, I think he's going to come out fired up tonight, even though it's the second night of a back-to-back. And I think LeBron's going to go over his point total. And then Memphis versus OKC. OKC plays some stud defense. I've got Desmond Bane, your boy, going under his point total, which I have at, come on, 19.5. I don't love that. I'm not going to put the house on it, but OKC does not give up points to good players like other teams do. And I could just see them being like, Lou Dort being like, hey, I got Bane. Watch this. So I'm going under on Desmond Bane.
LeBron's line is 24.5, Doc. It has gone
24.
up. It was 23.5 going into yesterday. And in spite of the bad game, his line has gone up. They do have prop bets out for Luka Doncic, which isn't a guarantee that he will play, but it's a good indication that he will play. Okay, so I could be wrong about that. And then there's no lineup for Ty Jerome yet, Doc. But you look at, let me go to the Cleveland-San Antonio game. I mean, they got lines up on everybody, okay? Mitchell, Garland, Castle, Vassell, Allen, Barnes, Strus, Paul, but they don't have Ty Jerome up, okay? That tells me that Ty Jerome is not going to play tonight Again, that's not official. That's speculation based on the betting book. But Doc and I have been doing this for a while, and we're usually right about this stuff.
And that if Ty Jerome's not playing, even though they play different positions, it helps your call on DeAndre Hunter and Strus as well, both those guys.
What's DeAndre Hunter's number? Oh, of course, Vegas doesn't have it out there, Doc. They don't have a DeAndre Hunter line because, of course, we could capitalize on this Ty Jerome situation and the Evan Mobley situation and monetize it and go over on DeAndre Hunter at 12.5. But no, it's so annoying. They've got all the brand name guys out there, all the overpriced guys, Doc, right? All the players where there's no value at all. Dude, there's no value at all. I 14.5 on DeAndre Hunter because Andre Lemouche is the man. You know what? Right. I'm going over on DeAndre Hunter because I'm a little light in the props. I had 3, and that'll be my 4th. I'm going over on DeAndre Hunter at 14.5. I like that because I believe he'll start for Mobley. And if Jerome doesn't play, then I like it even more. Take that, Vegas.
What else you got, Ricky Props?
All right, here we go. Jarrett Allen, Doc. And let me go to the rebound section because I don't have this number yet. But let me go to Jarrett Allen here. Where's he at? 10.5? Oh, yeah. 10.5 for Jarrett Allen. No Evan Mobley in there. You know what? Screw it. Let's look at the point prop on Jarrett Allen. I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling like a kid in a candy store right now. I want that, and I want that, and I want that. Jarrett Allen, Doc, is at 14.5 points, and give me that one as well with no Evan Mobley in there. They're going to be lobbing to him. You're going to have Garland in there and Mitchell in there. They're just going to be throwing lobs off the hip to Jarrett Allen. Flushki probably going to have one of these.
First one you had?
DeAndre Hunter over 14.5. Jarrett Allen over 10.5 boards. Jarrett Allen over 14.5 points.
Oh, so you got both Allens. You got 14.5 points and 10.5 boards.
Both. Yeah. Don't parlay it, Doc.
Oh, I might
play them individually.
Blow it up. There's no Evan Mobley, baby. Come on.
Play them individually. But, dude, this is what I've been telling you forever. Go ahead and have your fun with your cute little parlays, but also play them individually. Do both. Am I spending too much of your money right now?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not trying to,
I'll have you text with Casey later.
I love it. Doc, okay, I got to pull up these numbers on Trae Young. Doc, we have Trae Young against Miami. And you know what happens? Davion Mitchell puts him in the Davion chamber.
Point guards don't score against Miami.
What's that, dude?
Point guards don't score against Miami.
No, they don't. So let me go to Trae Young's splits here for this season against Miami. And I know the numbers are absolutely dreadful, but let me give them to you. Okay. Trae Young. Oh, my God. So he's at 12 assists a game. Okay. But we've never had the conversation about assists. Of course, he's going to get done. This is about scoring. I'm going under the point prop on Trae Young. Okay. I'm not touching the assist number. 13 points per game in 3 meetings against Miami this year, shooting 28% from the field, 13% from 3-point range for Trae Young. Okay. And Trae Young is at, in terms of the points for this game, 24.5, which is a really, really attractive number for him. But an under is minus 125, Doc. So there's quite a bit more money coming in on the under for Trae Young at 24.5. So are you with me on that one?
Yep. I like it.
Doc is with me on that one. And then one last one I got here, Doc, and it's Kobe White. Kobe freaking White. Do we have a lineup on this yet? Yes, we do. 25.5 for young Kobe White against the Los Angeles Lakers. And we're running out of value here, Doc, on Kobe White. Think about this. Kobe White's at 25.5. That's where the elite players live with their point prop, Doc. That's where the Devin Bookers are, right? Is 25.5 too much for Kobe White? Are we officially priced out on Kobe White, or do you still see value in, or are you still getting a mild tickle there?
Nah, man, that's a lot of points. I got him in 30 deep. That's enough. I'm not putting any money anywhere near Kobe White. Personally, that's a personal decision. But he's going to be fired up. If Luke and LeBron are playing, Kobe White's going to be like, the whole world's watching this right now. I'm going to nobody watches the Bulls ever. They'll be watching tonight.
I'm doing it. I'm jumping into the pool. We've been doing pretty well lately, so I'm just trying to ride the hot hand, not be arrogant, but think about this. Just stay humble, and in the investment game or the betting game, you just got to stay humble. You don't puff your chest because that Vegas, they're waiting for you, right? Kobe White over the last 5 games, Doc, 37, 36, 35, 24, 26. He's over 25.5 in 4 of the last 5. He missed in the one game by 1.5 points. I'm not worried. I always talk about, the pop game and the crash back to earth and that kind of stuff. I'm just not there with Kobe White, Doc, because he's on such a heater. And we're in the 30s and the high 20s. I'm not worried about, look, at any point at any time, a guy could have a dreadful game, right? But his pattern is not leading us to that. He took 22 shots in the previous game, 17, 18, 18, 19. He's getting to the foul line a million times a game, Doc. 11 free throws, 8, 14, 4, and 7. Dude, he's firing up a million threes. 10 3-ball attempts. 5, I'll give you the 5 of 10, 6 of 9, 2 of 5, 3 of 9, 2 of 10. Bro, his green light isn't green. It's like day glow green.
He's on fire, dude. And I like this. You're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. And that's changed a little bit from the speech you gave us 2 months ago about you got to be very selective with these things. You can't just, get all willy-nilly and be like, I feel good. I'm going in. But I like it, man. I like it. I like I'm feeling Kobe White right now because you are you've been talking about Kobe White a lot. I know that he's caught your eye and he's on my 30 deep squad that's getting killed right now. So I would love to see another Kobe White explosion. And like I said, man, it's at home. It's on a big stage. You got LeBron, you got Luka. He's going to be fired up about that game.
And they don't have defenders that can check or bother Kobe White. I loved what you said. Obviously, this is not willy-nilly. I thought about this last night, and I kind of buckled when I saw 25.5, right? Really? Wow. You're doing us dirty with 25.5. But dude, the back of the basketball card supports 25.5 point prop for Kobe White. It does. He's been 30 plus points in 3 straight games, guys. So it's been fun. And I've always liked Kobe White, dude. Even going back to the North Carolina days, absolute stud at North Carolina. And I've always been a Kobe White guy. I've always appreciated the talent. And I love that Billy Donovan's getting the best out of him this year. Doc, anything else you want to tell the people, or are we out of here?
I think we are out of here, dude. Big day today. We got the NCAA tournament back. We got opening day of Major League Baseball, and we got a full, fun Kobe White versus LeBron and Luka night of NBA basketball. I'm good to go for the rest of the day, dude.
I love it. I got a streamer pitcher for you guys. If you just want to get out in front, opening day with a streamer. His name is Burke. He's a pitcher for the White Sox.
I picked him up.
Yeah, he's a great streamer. I've got him in a bunch of my leagues. He's a young hotshot, a top young prospect. They're playing the Angels. Okay, the Angels suck. And most times I wouldn't tell you to go Burke. He plays in the worst team in baseball, the White Sox. But maybe, just maybe on opening day, he hurls a pretty good game for you and gets you off to a good start in the starting pitcher streamer game, which me and Doc played very, very well all year long.
He was good at the end of last year. He had three starts where everybody's like, whoa, this guy looks awesome. Yep. And then this spring, he has not looked quite as awesome, but
correct.
And that's how bad the White Sox are. They don't even this is the best option they have a guy that would like struggle maybe to even make a rotation somewhere else.
Oh, for sure.
You're our opening day starter, bruh.
And we're streaming him.
And I'm rolling with it.
Bro, this is the ultimate. This is the ultimate leap of faith because we literally could get 1 1/3, 7 earned runs, and he blows up our ERA and our WHIP for the rest of this long opening week period here. But we're going there. We're going with Burke. We're streaming him with the White Sox.
Dude,
yes,
he could also throw a 3-hitter in 7 innings with no run. It could go either way.
It's the Angels, bro.
To watch, see what happens.
Me too. It's the Angels. They suck.
I picked him up this morning.
Dude, I love that you're streaming Burke, man. That's dope. We're both streaming Burke. Great minds think alike. 3 to the head, man. 3 to the head.
We'll see. Right, we'll see how smart we look tomorrow morning.
We'll give you the Burke update here. All right. For our great producer, Andre Lemouche, we call him Algorithm Andre. And for Dr. A and for all of you, I am Rick Kamla. We love you guys, and we really appreciate you hanging out with us. Couple of messages before we get on out of here. Subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast, folks. Leave us a 5-star review. Subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Go over to sportsethos.com, get a membership going, and go to Sports Ethos. Go to your favorite app store and download the Sports Ethos app. This episode right here is presented by Bet Online, so go win some money today.